This thing is amazing. I can't wait to tell you about it. The John Deere Z965R commercial zero turn. This seat on here right now that I'm sitting in, comfort, comfort, comfort. We're gonna go into the details on it really quick, but I will just share, I'm in love with this machine. I really am. This Vanguard engine is producing 33 horsepower. 33 horsepower is a killer number. And I'm telling you, that mated to this wonderful transaxle and this beautiful 72-inch deck, this thing doesn't get any more premium. Vanguard engine, 33 horsepower. Awesome, awesome, awesome. It also has the new to this year oil guard system. So let me talk about this. This is a pressurized oil system. This system will allow you to add up to 5 quarts. So normally these engines are about 2.5 quarts, 2.2 quarts of oil. This one's gonna give you 5 quarts of oil capacity. That's gonna do a couple of things. Mainly, that's going to extend your service intervals for an oil change. So instead of every 100 hours on this unit, it's every 500 hours. Again, we are going for that commercial customer here. The commercial customer is putting a lot of hours, a lot of time in the seat of these machines, and we want to maximize uptime. Oil guard system on this unit is gonna maximize that uptime. Let's talk about fuel efficiency, all right? Fuel efficiency on this unit, 1.3 gallons per hour is about average on this unit with this particular deck, all right? That is definitely a marked increase from the non-fuel injected engines. You're going to see easy maintenance like you've come to expect on a zero turn. I have the ability to get around that unit very, very simply. I will tell you, it doesn't get any easier on these oil systems. All I have to do is kick it around and I've got the oil filter out really, really simply. The frame is obviously that I-beam construction, cast steel. We've got cast steel caster wheels up in the front. You've got semi-pneumatic tires. That means airless tires in the front, so no flats on those wheels. Those caster wheels are gonna be greasable, so that's nice. I go down to the actual where the wheel connects to the actual caster. Those are gonna be sealed bearings in there, so there's nothing to grease on those. And if you notice, there is bolt marks all the way around there. That means if I am running a commercial operation and I hit something, I can easily replace any one of those components and it won't take my machine out for a long period of time. R-spec machine, so I'm gonna have that foot brake that we've come to love and know. Super easy to use, really nice. The controls, ergonomic controls. They've got a little rubberization on the controls here, so it feels nice in my hands. And then of course, I've got 2 switches inside. Make me feel like a fighter pilot, but it also is a deck kill switch, so if I'm going along and I need to kill something real quick, I can just press that and it'll kill the deck. And then the other button is to raise and lower hydraulically the deck. So I have the ability to raise it up. Really convenient. So think about this. You're out on your property, you see some pretty good molehills. You don't necessarily want to clean or get off the machine and kick those things down. I can just raise my deck up as I'm traveling along, pop over those molehills and keep going. Same thing with a stick or something like that. We're getting that suspension, dial-in suspension seat. And additionally, I have ComfortGlide Technology. So I have the ability to come forward and aft. And that's, again, just isolating me a little bit more from those ground bumps and curves, because there is no actual suspension on any zero turn. The seat is what's really doing the job. The other thing that's doing the job is this foot panel. This foot panel is actually rubberized underneath, so it's got some little rubber grommets underneath there that's gonna keep it, so it'll move around a little bit and it'll keep the vibration out of my feet. I absolutely love that. Got a cup holder on this side, got a little bit of storage on this side, got armrests, you can see that, beautiful armrests on there. They are adjustable, I can adjust them up and down, really, really convenient. The control panel is new for the 2025 model year on these EFIs. I have a full digital instrument display now that's gonna give me all my telemetry. It's gonna give me my fuel. It's gonna give me my voltage. It's gonna give me my RPMs. It's gonna give me my hours. All at a glance. It's also gonna give me any kind of warning lights that may show up on this machine if it needs to be serviced. Years prior, they had a little fuel gauge on this side. It's nice, it's easy to see, but I will tell you, this Digital display is an upgrade. The other thing about being digital is that I have the ability to connect this with landscaping apps. So I've got Equipment Mobile that I can manage my fleet off of. And so the electronics are built into these machines now. And then I have the ability to watch that. So I can monitor, the condition, the hours, the fuel levels, all of those things remotely so that I can control my fleet as a commercial customer. Raising and lower my deck is done by the dial on this side. I've got 1 inch all the way up to 5.5 inches. So you can get this without just this regular side discharge or a mulch on demand new. We're doing 7-gauge steel on these. That is thick quality steel. This one is amazing. You've got the spindles that are on these units that are absolutely easily serviceable on the top. They are really, really nice cast designs. They are solid. It doesn't get any better. Again, commercial grade spindles on a commercial grade mowing deck. You've got that rollover protection system. This in conjunction with your seat belt offers you that protection when you get on that uneven terrain. Zero turns basically are good for about 20-degree slopes. When you start to go higher than that, it gets a little bit dangerous, a little bit squirrely. You've got those big back tires on this one. So the big back tires are absolutely going to help with that stability. You've got a nice stable foot platform here. So 72 inches is the deck, but I'm telling you that unit is very, very wide by itself without that deck on there. So that adds to that increased stability. Fuel tank on this unit is 11.5 gallons. You could easily go full days on this thing. 10-hour day. If you're pumping 1.3 gallons per hour, you're gonna get, a good 8 to 10 hour day. 1.3 is an average. So you're gonna get sometimes that better than that, sometimes a little bit worse than that. A full day's work out of a tank of fuel due in part by that EFI engine that's giving us that extra efficiency. So let's talk about the nomenclature. So you got the 965R. So the 9 is the series of zero turn. So Z, zero turn. 9 is going to be the series. That's going to be a commercial grade unit. The 6 is going to denote the engine. So engine size is what we're talking about in this. So that's just in the lineup of all the rest of them. So it's the 6 series. And then that last 5 tells us this year that it is actually an EFI engine. So it is, other than a regular carbureted Kawasaki, it is an EFI engine. I know that zero turns aren't for everybody, and it's kind of weird that I love them so darn much, because I do. I absolutely do. I'm waiting on my new one as we speak to come in. But I believe for the money, this is hands down one of the best looking units in all of the market. And it's just solid. Everywhere you look, you see build quality on this. Everywhere you look. The last couple videos I've made have been on more expensive equipment. This is not going to be an inexpensive machine. It's all about value proposition though. The value is if you see yourself needing to mow at 12 miles an hour with an efficient EFI engine and doing it constantly and maximizing uptime, this is probably the unit for you. I think there's a place for a large property owner. I'm surely know that this is a great unit for a commercial landscaper, but we want to help. So if this is a machine that you can see yourself in, by all means, please reach out to us at Papé Machinery. If you've liked this content, please like and subscribe. Can't wait to bring you more of this kind of stuff. Hi, my name is Jason Hughes. I'm a territory manager out of Eugene, Oregon. I'm also a large property owner and own a lot of the equipment that you see featured in these videos. I hope you find this content helpful. If you have any questions, please comment below.